All right, friends. Are you ready to jam? Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to feel the rift of the Necrodancer? I certainly am, and so is Illegally Sam. Sam, shall we play some notes?
Hello, everybody. I'm IllegallySam, and this is Rift of the Necrodancer. I am joined here by my friend Snapkick.
Hey, hey.
And yeah, this is, like I said, Rift of the Necrodancer. If anybody's familiar with Crypta Necrodancer, this is not quite a sequel, but also not like a spin-off. It's like a sidequel, kind of, because it's the same franchise, but it is a very, very different game, because this is more of a traditional rhythm game.
Yeah, they went in and said, yo, what if we just make like a really unique cross-up of like a dungeon crawler and a rhythm game? And they said, you know what? We did it and we smashed it out of the park. We earned ourselves a normal rhythm game. And then they made the normal rhythm game unique in its own way too.
Which you will see all throughout the showcase here today. But I've got 15 songs prepared to play for you today. Some of which you might recognize from Crypto Necrodancer, some which are entirely original, some which are somewhere in between many different composers as well. Some from Crypt of the Necrodancer. It's a hard name to say. But some of them are returning, some of them are entirely new to the franchise. And all of them are bangers. So let's just go ahead and get started, and you'll get the gist as we get going. So let's start time when I enter the first song here. So 3, 2, 1, let's rock.
Let's rock.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
All right. I'll try to do my best to talk about some of the mechanics as I let Sam focus on the actual music. So you'll see a lot of different enemies coming down. This is a 3-lane rhythm game. So somewhat typical in the style of, press the button as the note gets to the bar, but only 3. And this time there are a lot of enemies, as you can see. So slimes are just, press once, that's it. Blue slimes are pressed twice. Then you get gold slimes, there are 3. The dragons are a hold note. Skeletons, normal, are like the green slimes, hit them once. Green shield skeletons are, half notes. So you get him in double time. Yeah, there you go. And the shadows under the enemies dictate if they're a circle, they're on the beat. If they're a diamond, they're off the beat. If they're like a star, they're sort of just wild card. Bats will move to the side whenever you hit them. Different color bats have slightly different movements. These ninja guys suck. They will go somewhere down the field, they'll give a shing, and then come directly at the bar from anywhere. So right there, that's like half the enemy roster, or maybe like a third of the enemy roster already on this first song coming straight at Sam. You can see how much is happening here. Sam activating the power-up you get from getting perfect of certain measures of the game. That just gives you double score, as well as makes it so you don't take any damage if anything slips by. Get them from these yellow, glowy Super Saiyan enemies here. So far so good though, which yeah, Sam playing on the impossible difficulty, the highest difficulty of this game. I personally can't play impossible for the life of me. I could maybe do hard at best. But there's just so much going on at any given point.
No joke.
It is no joke.
Now we're talking.
Additionally, you'll see sometimes there are like enemies coming down all 3 notes at once. You can hit like the down arrow on your keyboard to, or I guess down on controller as well, to hit all 3 at once. It also just has like a really fun aesthetic with it. I love when rhythm games have like little fun things happening on the side, but it can be really hard to follow. Here it's like, yeah, the characters just get pumped. Cadence on the left there gets absolutely fucking into it. I love it.
Right, but that is Disco Disaster. Any fans of Crypt might have recognized that song just a tad bit, because it's kind of the first song from the game in that it is 1-1 Disco Descent, a remix by Danny Baranowski, the original composer from Crypt of the Necrodancer. But now we're going to jump into a song by...
tracks in this...
Oh, go for it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that we're hopping to a song by another composer. This is Josie Breckner, a newcomer to the franchise.
Which there are a lot of newcomers to the franchise through here. You get a lot of different composers doing different songs, and I love the different styles you hear going through the game. Just a lot of different takes on some of the original tracks from the first game, a lot of completely original tracks. Very, very unique stuff. And here we can see some of the traps coming into play. So traps are something you don't really see until you get to like impossible difficulty usually. In this case, it turns a bunch of the enemies into question marks, meaning you better have seen what they were before they hit the trap. Otherwise, figure it out. Hope you remember. Here we're dealing with some different types of skeletons. So if you ever see a like dark blue or golden skeleton, you have to hit them, and then it hits their head off, and then the skeleton will go back up the track until they hit something else. At which point they then start walking back down. So you have to try to keep track of where they are and where they will be on top of everything else coming at you. And yeah, there's that question mark trap. Sometimes they'll just like throw the traps up on the field for one beat just to mess with you. Just enough to mess with you. Very funny.
So are all the enemies here the same ones that are in Necrodancer?
Yes, all of the enemies do come from
As
For the
in
most part.
Crypt, but some of the variations are a little unique to this game.
Doing great.
But the basis of all of the
Correct,
enemies
yeah,
do
and I think
come
a lot
from
of the
Crypt.
yeah, and most of the enemies you see here too have a lot of the same properties they had in Crypt, where it's like, you know, skeletons, you knock their head off, they run away. It's the same thing as in Crypt. A lot of the color variants also correspond to like how much health the enemy has compared to lower tiers. Where, like, you know, green slime is 1 health, blue slime is 2. Same thing in Crypt. And this is where I start having a panic attack watching this, because all the question marks and everything just running down the entire field.
Yeah, if you think this is a lot of question marks,
really good
just wait till later.
Oh, I don't want to. This
One of
definitely is fun to watch though, just because you can see Sam gets in like a flow state as things get more complicated.
Speaking of later, I really don't want to miss that exhibition bonus showcase. Encore showcase, it just sounds so cool. Can you tell us a little bit about that so maybe chat can understand why it's absolutely amazing and they should donate towards it?
Sure, so basically the showcase is going to be an extra 15 minutes of Rift content, which is going to feature some of the DLC tracks from games like Super Meat Boy and Celeste, as well as content from some of the side modes, where I'm going to show off one of the mini games,
Which the side modes are so much fun.
one of the boss fights, and then also, if there's time at the end, maybe even a little bit of a custom track. Because this game has
This
Steam
game
Workshop
has a
support.
custom riff maker. Yeah. So there are a lot of custom tracks out there. One of my favorite is one of the first tracks from Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, which was uploaded on like day 1. I did not expect that.
Yeah, people had some wild tracks out within hours of the game launching. It was pretty entertaining.
Nailed it.
Very well done.
Alright. This is a fan favorite song. Partially because it's a banger, and partially because it's by Alex McCallum,
3, 2, 1.
who was another newcomer.
Who's another newcomer, and if you are YouTube brained at all, you should recognize his name from a lot of, like, oh, producer reacts type videos. And while we're starting the song here, Alex actually left a really fun comment on the official upload for this track. Just a little bit of trivia, so I want to read that real fast. This one was fun to write, as my attempt at blending the groovy vibes of artists like Mo Shop with the cheerful sound of Persona 1 and 3 synth-pop themes, all while adding some subtle chaos here and there. On the surface, it probably sounds like one of the simplest tracks I wrote for the game, but under the hood, it was most challenging to write for me. Also, I'm not sure why the YouTube bass boosted the heck out of it for some reason.
This music is so good.
It's so poppy. I love it.
Now we're talking.
And chat, if you want to hear more of this great, great music, donate in chat. Go to our Tiltify page. You can get even more Rift of the Necrodancer. And I certainly want more. So please, chat, donate towards it.
It's true, and if you want to see Sam have an even harder time of things, keep donating to get him to make the get him to play the Celeste songs, because those are hard. If you think he's not having a hard enough time of it now, with all these skeletons coming on both on, off, and completely offbeat.
In the zone.
It's one of those moments where I just have to sit back and watch a pro play. I've not gotten to see Sam play way too much myself. I mostly see the results of his scores when I compare it on a Steam Friends list. So actually seeing him play here it's so cool. All those shields, Each one of those shields is a quick tap of one note, then tap another at like, what is this, like 200 BPM?
Right on.
That is not easy. And seeing as many perfects as we're seeing is just so impressive. You'll probably see Sam activating the superpower mode very tactically. Not so much for getting a higher score, but for playing safe. Because like I said earlier, if it's on, you don't take any damage for any missed monsters. So it ends up being a very, very nice safety net.
There's most songs I'm at the point where I'm able to focus on score, but there is still a song or two in the set list where I do activate it for safety at times.
In the zone.
I think of all the monsters you see coming down the field here, the zombies are like some of my least favorite, because the normal like non-red ones, I forget, I guess green, I forget what color they are, will just, hop to the right, then turn and hop to the left, then turn and hop to the right. The red ones will hop from one side, like to the right, warp to the left. It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's so hard to
Yeah, they
follow.
both
You
will-
always have to know, like, okay, they're on the left, they're then going to be in the middle. They're on the middle, they're then going to be on the right.
Yeah, they both will bounce off of enemies if they run into another one on the same lane, or like on the lane next to them. But green ones bounce at the walls as well, and the red ones, they just do whatever they want.
Splendid. On a roll.
I think Sam's Discord audio is being a little odd right now. I can hear him on my restream side, but I can't hear him more than like 2 words at a time on Discord. So apologies if I miss anything you say, Sam. Amalgamaniac, another by Alec McCullough. He's really good at leaving notes and comments on some of the uploads. Let me see if I can find real fast here.
While you do that, I've got a quick donation for the Valiant Son.
Right on.
I need an encore for this showcase yesterday. Hey chat, did you know you can mark a poll and an incentive right now for Death's Door? A 3-for-1. Sounds like a good deal to me.
Excellent.
If I were to spend money at this moment, that would definitely be one of my preferred deals. Very true. Oh yeah. Okay, short comment from Alec on this one. This one was super fun to write. If I recall correctly, the team asked me specifically for a synthwave track with a touch of gothic vibes. And as someone who deeply loves those styles, I instantly got excited at the idea of blending them with a Necrodancer-y twist. Of course, the soundtrack is full of even crazier musical ideas, both from the other composers and me. I really like him and Jules Conroy both left a lot of really nice comments, so just a little bit like history left along with the tracks. Oh, here we can see the fire trap, which is, I believe, just double times any notes coming at you, so you'll notice the slime's coming like double time speed down the track. Oh, and in case it wasn't made clear earlier, fruit heals you, or food heals you in general, but like the different foods have different amount of times need to be hit. So an apple only needs to be hit once. I think cheese is 2 or 3 times, and then meat is
Magical.
like 3 or 4 times. And each one of those hits will heal you.
Does Necrodancer also have healing food?
Yeah, I think so. I think food's like the main way of the original Necrodancer is like, yeah, that's their main way of healing. I never actually got way too far in Crypt. That game's hard.
It is. That's why I'm like, I will enjoy this music very thoroughly, as well as Rift of the Necrodancer. But Crypt of the Necrodancer, I do not have the skill for that. I will certainly watch it though.
Yeah, more or less. It makes me sad because I love my roguelites, I love my dungeon crawlers, I love rhythm games, even if that's like one of my weakest genres, but it's so hard.
You know, it's not hard. Is donating towards more Rift of the Necrodancer.
True.
You get some Necrodancer. You put money in. You get Death Store. I mean, 2 for 1, and you get so many options, so many good deals here.
Right
I just don't know how I can't just put exclamation point donate in the chat right now. And here's the fun thing: if you can't donate right now, not everyone's able to. Feel free to tell your friends about this awesome event. Maybe they can come.
Bring it on.
Maybe they can donate. You never know. So even if you can't donate yourself, spreading the word can do just as much good as donating can.
Excellent.
Exactly. And if you're a funky type of individual who does funky type of donating, you'll like Count Funkula, another Danny Baranowski track. I hope you like your horns.
Amazing.
Very big variety of tracks on the game here too. You get a lot of like synth pop, you get a lot more upbeat, poppy type of stuff, but then you get absolute funk at play here. I love it. So many skeletons, oh my god. Oh yeah, you'll see another enemy type we haven't seen too much of are the big skulls. If you hit them, they spawn 2 skeletons after you hit them away from where they're facing. So if against like the right wall and they're facing left, they'll spawn a skeleton in the middle and the right. Or if in the middle facing left, again, it'll be the middle and the right, etc. Very easy to trip up on that when there's like 3 other enemies on you as well.
Now we're talking.
Oh yeah, and this actually reminds me, you'll notice there's like a lot of different characters along with Cadence. This game has a story mode. So if you're the type of person who's like, man, I really like rhythm games, I think they're fun to play, but you know, I find them hard to stick with, or I find them hard to pick up and get going. This game has an entire like visual novel story mode to go along with the music that's pretty fun. You know, it's nothing too crazy, but like it's enough incentive to get you going. It gets you playing through all the base game tracks, along with a fun little visual novel that's cheesy, but it's still cute enough and fun, just like that nice little bit of motivation to get you going. I like when rhythm games have story content with them and not just, okay, here's 400 songs, have fun.
So that's what the characters are that Candace is facing off of from this visual novel?
Yeah, they're also characters from the original game as well. They were like the other characters you could play. But yeah, they're characters, like the lady on the right is another one of the protagonists, so they're usually working together to clear these like rifts that are appearing that have all the monsters coming through them. Gives a little bit of justification to the characters existing, as well as just, I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah, this specifically is Merlin, which is one of the NPCs from the lobby in Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Right.
There's also Hephaestus, who is another one of the NPCs from the lobby. Everybody else is either a character or a boss from it.
Yeah. It's like earlier on we had Dove, the chick in the yoga pants, who she was a playable character as well. And each of the playable characters in Crypt have like a gimmick about them. I think Dove was... Which one was Dove,
She
actually?
was the pacifist.
Pacifist, right, yeah.
When she attacked
I was gonna
enemies,
say pacifist
she made them teleport away instead of killing them.
Yeah.
finally get some jewels, Conroy. Some family jewels.
3, 2, 1.
We get some family jewels. Love this guy's stuff. Let me find. He actually just uploaded a music video for this track on his own YouTube channel just a bit ago. Which he leaves like a lot of comments and thoughts on the songs there, so I'll just read a little bit here. But Overthinker was the first original song released by me for Rift, and the reactions were very funny. People didn't believe it was even me based on the intro until the big hit. It was nice to feel like I could pass as more than just the metal guy, especially for a game soundtrack that wanted me to go outside my comfort zone. Because yeah, for those of you who don't know Family Jewels, he sort of got his name started by doing metal covers of video game soundtracks like years ago. He was one of the first names of like X game but metal.
An equally very talented composer. I've listened to a lot of his stuff as well. I totally love his stuff. And
Agreed.
Just there's so much good music in this game. Come on, chat. Exclamation point donate in the chat. We are $165 off from that bonus. Ugh, I just can't wait to see it because we need that money in. So please, exclamation point donate in the chat. Go to the Tiltify page and put your money in towards one of our other options. Like I said, the language option. You can put things in towards just so much you can get for your money right now. Come on, chat. Let's get some more rockin' music.
Absolutely agree. I think Jules probably made my favorite track on this whole set. Delusional. I keep wanting to call it delusional. Illusional. I don't think we'll be hearing that one today, but that's, hey, you should definitely go play this game and see it for yourself. It's a super fun track. Also, oh my god, these zombies, I hate them. That row of red zombies scares me so much.
I'm on fire.
Also, if you think these patterns are bad, just wait for the guitar solo at the end. My game is lagging a little bit, so if you see me miss a bunch of notes in a row like that, that's because my game lagged. And that kind of messes with my inputs just a little bit. Which is unfortunate.
Just a little.
That's not an issue with the game, it's an issue with my computer.
Yeah, this is why Sam is traditionally a console player, console runner. But thankfully this game is, you know, not the most... Oh my god, that speed up. Oh my god!
Holy!
I've not actually seen that before.
In the zone.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, are these little armadillos?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the armadillos yet.
Oh yeah, true. So the armadillos are sort of like swing notes. I never get them right. So Sam, you explain.
Yeah, the armadillos are triplets. So yellow armadillos are 3 beats in a row in a triplet pattern. Blue armadillos are just the first 2 notes of the triplet, and red armadillos are the first and third.
Yeah,
You're gonna see a lot of
that's why I
them
keep
here.
thinking they're like swing.
Another song you
And
might
if you're
recognize
familiar-
from Crypt.
Yeah, exactly. If you've played Crypt, you should recognize this song. If you're like me and only able to play the first level efficiently, you should recognize this song. Also, yeah, that's the Necrodancer on the right there in his Burger King uniform. Don't worry about it.
That's amazing.
I'm on fire.
You know, I
Again,
see
if you-
someone in... Sorry, you go.
Sorry, I was going to say again, if you want to know why he's working for Burger King, go play the story mode.
Yeah, I see someone in chat that says they love Overthinker. I'm just wondering if anyone else has a favorite song from Necrodancer, and if they could tell me in a donation, I'd love to hear what your favorite is. There's just so many good beats.
There really are. Hard to go wrong with any of them, really. That messes me up so much, having a blue armadillo on the left key and 2 reds on the forward and right. Oh, I hate that. I'm kind of trying to play along in my head here, and just I'm missing every beat, even in my imagination.
Yeah, this song mixes armadillo types a lot. Makes it very tricky to do unless you practice it a lot.
One of those things where, like, you have to have almost you have to have a bit of musical skill to be able to, like, do different beats on different fingers. That's like a piano type of skill, or like a drummer type of skill. Being able to do one beat on one finger and a different beat on another, that is so hard. That is legitimate music playing skill.
I can either confirm or deny. I'm kind of air pianoing right now.
Yeah, because
Just imagine your fingers in pain while doing this, and you're close to the truth.
yeah, we mentioned earlier that like you play with the arrow keys, but you can also use WASDA. And if you know what you're doing, you use both at the same time.
Really? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Oh.
The crazy idea. What would happen if you hooked up an electronic keyboard to a computer? Could you play Rift of the Necrodancer with it?
I mean, you can play Rift of the Necrodancer however you want. It's just your mileage may vary on the highest difficulties.
I tried actually playing with a hitbox, which, if you don't know, is like a fighting game controller, but instead of having a joystick, it has 4 buttons for, like, you know, forward, back, up, down. And the game did not like that. It would not read more than 1 input at a time, so that didn't work, sadly. Ooh, Nocturning. This is like top 3 song for me here. Sam Webster and Nick Nosbaum. Names I'm not familiar with outside of the soundtrack, but I need to look more into their stuff because they make these very, like, ethereal, sort of chill hop, I guess, kind of tracks that I just absolutely adore. That little transition, do 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 there, hits me every time. And this is a song that really loves to use its harpies. So blue harpies work like the green harpies in that they come down every other beat. Every other beat they hold still, but then on the beat they move, they go down 2 spaces, whereas the red ones just go down 2 spaces every beat. So you have to be aware of them well in advance.
Yeah, red harpies are my least favorite enemy type. Because they're the hardest to sight read. Behind other them and zombies.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And, like, you can see here, he's doing the blue harpy. Says a left one, then a right one, left one, then a right one. You have to watch their animation. When they're, like, picking themselves up, that's when they're about to come. And as you learn those little animation cues, they get easier and more fun to deal with. But the red ones in particular are just go, 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 catch. And that's all the time you have.
Speaking of not having much time, we do not have much time to get things in for upcoming runs. If you haven't already put your donations in, you really should now. We need $200 to get the Death's Door Weapon Relay category, and that does close before the run. Let's see, that is a little bit Overcooked 2, and then it's Death's Door, so come on, chat, you don't have much time left for that. And you also get to pick your language. But here's the fun thing. We get the Weapon Relay category, which means we upgrade to the bonus Encore showcase for this game. And if you haven't been enjoying this already as much as I have, I mean, come on, put your donations in. Let's get more of it.
Imagine you're one of these harpies. You have to move down the track at double time to get the donations in. Hey, pick it up. because we have a lot of rocking left to do. If you like the Super Meat Boy or the Celeste soundtrack, definitely put those donations in because you'll be hearing some of that. Oh, doing the full middle row there with the harpies.
It was a very unfortunate time to get some lag.
Yeah, I saw just a brief moment of that. So yeah, speaking of that superpower he had up then, it does keep you invulnerable, but you can also hold 2 charges of it, hence there's 2 little lightning bolts there. So as long as you do any of the phrases perfectly that give you the charge, you can hold that, then do another one, and then spend it whenever you like. So it's not like you have to use it right away.
Yeah, there is obviously an optimal time to use it in every single chart. I don't know many of them. I just kind of wing it. Because if I can't FC the song in the first place, it doesn't matter what's optimal. I'll just use it when I have full combo and it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So, is anybody a fan of the violin?
Yes.
Me.
Very much so.
There may or may not be an appearance of the violin in this song.
Keep your harpies out.
I'm on fire. Very good.
Yeah, notably the featuring Sarah Hubbard part of this song on the violin.
In the zone.
It's very fun watching the pickup in speed. If you play this game, you'll notice a lot of the medium difficulty tracks are still, on beat and still feel right, but the pickup from medium to hard, let alone hard to impossible, is usually just double timing the track. So you could probably, snap it out in your head halftime here and still feel like, okay, yeah, that feels right to the song. But then they're like, okay, what if for hard or impossible we just went twice the speed? Enjoy.
Yeah, if you're curious, the fastest songs get all the way up to 260 BPM.
Oh,
I will be playing those.
terrifying. One of the nice things about the snakes is while you're meant to hold them down as the hold note, you can let off early, and I don't think that interrupts your combo or it counts as a miss. It obviously loses you points, but as long as you hit the head, that's all that really matters for keeping your combo.
If they do count towards a vibe combo, you don't get the vibe if you let go.
True.
That's the only other caveat, but yeah, it doesn't make you lose your combo at the very least.
Impressive.
Oh, I love this build-up.
On a roll.
And yeah, very, very good time to be using that.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest sections to sight read, in my opinion. Because it's just...
I was looking at, because yeah, it's it doesn't seem like there's that many notes coming compared to other songs you've been through already even, but just everything coming at you all at once there, that was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of enemy types, and in addition with the giant skulls, if you're not prepared for those, you won't know where the skeletons show up behind them. Right. This is one of my favorite Jules Connery tracks from the game.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Family Jewels, this is
Family Jewels.
something you're probably more familiar with.
All right.
Let me see if he left a comment on the video. Oh, he didn't. Alright, well, this song kind of speaks for itself.
This is one of those songs where it's deceptively easy, in my opinion, because it's a low enough tempo, it's not very difficult on a technical level. It's just a matter of playing everything that you see come down the lane, which is obviously easier said than done, but like none of the patterns are super difficult to play technically, which is why I find it a lot easier than some other songs.
Yeah, which for how, like, hard this song goes, you think it would be a little harder, but it still is hard. But yeah, I can see exactly what you mean, because a lot of it's just like catching those heartbeats while also juggling the armadillos.
Zone.
That does take a fair bit of brain power to do.
Yeah, that's why this is one of the few songs I was able to get S+ on Impossible, which is the highest rank.
Awesome.
Wait a
will
second,
not be getting
Sans
this
matriarch.
Because I am not playing well enough to get an S+ right now, but that's fine.
Doing your best.
We're having a good time, and that's what matters. And we're listening to good music.
I'm on fire.
We're having a good time until these zombies appear. I still hate those things.
Speaking about music, someone has an opinion about some Necrodancer music. I've got $5 from Quacksilver. What do you mean the King of Levelhead has also caught the riff bug? My favorite tune is Baboosh, but you can't go wrong with anything by Josie Bruckner. Keep crushing it, Sam. Thank you, Quacksilver.
Very true and very agreeable. Also, yes, King of Levelhead, multi-talented, as we all know.
On a roll.
Also, here's a little secret. I kind of caught the Necrodancer bug many years ago with the first game. Because I may or may not have put a couple 100 hours into that one. So this was, there was no question that I would pick up this game and play it a lot.
On top of that, as you've told me before, you've ended up running into this game at conventions, and I believe it was either GDQ or PACE. You said you ran into this game when it was still in development, right?
Yes, that was at AGDQ 2024.
Right on.
Very nice. So yeah, you had some early exposure to it as well, which clearly has paid off.
Yeah, Kevin from Power Up Audio, who worked on this game, had a build of the game there and was having people playtest it in the practice room at AGDQ. And I was wearing a Crypto the Necrodancer shirt in the practice room. He saw that, was like, oh hey, you like Crypto the Necrodancer? You want to come play Rift? And so I went and played Rift.
Heck yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
You remember when I mentioned 260 BPM?
Uh-oh.
Show off.
Yeah, you'll notice they're jiggling pretty fast. And here it comes. Here come the skeletons.
In the zone.
And some of those nights get really mean where, like, they'll be one beat off from each other coming down the road, but then they both, like, do their wind up at the same time, so they're actually the same time, just there to throw you off. And then it slows down a little, thankfully.
Yeah, that's the funny part about this song, is it's one of the fastest songs of the game, but it doesn't stay that way the whole time, which actually makes it harder. Because you have to remember where the time changes are.
I like the bat being used as like an indicator of what knight to hit next there. Dang, here come the skeletons. Oh my god!
Awesome.
Oh my god. Just shut up and let you focus.
Rock on.
You want more skeletons?
Boy, do I.
I'm on fire.
Oh my god. I was about to see it through the worst of it. Okay, no. Okay, slow it back down. That was insane.
With some fire for bonus speed. And then back to normal.
Just in case you really thought. I love they put the fire in the middle there as like an indication of, yeah, we're speeding back up.
Show off.
This is one of those levels where I have no idea how you learn this without like practice mode.
The answer is by using practice mode.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, as you play the game more, you
Well
obviously
done.
pick up on a lot of the common patterns more and more, so that they're
Not too shabby.
less scary when you see patterns you've seen before. So, like, the more you play, the better you get, but some of these songs you just have to sit down, play them in practice mode, and eventually you'll figure them out. Because practice mode lets you start
Sweet.
from anywhere in the song and also slow the game down.
Go.
Speaking of playing it more, we got $10 more. So we are $150 off. We have the $10 came from TFT, and they say gotta put a donation towards more Rift of the Necrodancer. Such an amazing game and soundtrack. Thank you so much.
Rock on.
$150 more, and we get that bonus encore. Yes, that rhymed because it's time to put your donations in chat. Let's go.
Get them in there. Let us know your favorite songs. Let us know if you want to see more Necrodancer. Oh, hey, here's another one of the traps, by the way, portals. So you'll see there's a blue, green, and purple portals. And they will also come with little cracks in the ground of associated colors. So they're just mixing up where the ninjas, knights cut through here just to mess with you. Another one of those things that's like, yeah, you have to use practice mode to probably learn that properly, because, man, oh man, it's hard to actually see where they're exiting from. Getting a little bit in danger there. Eldritch House, another Alec track, or Alex, excuse me, as you can tell by the heavy bass line. Alex himself being a bass player by trade.
In the zone.
And speaking of favorite songs, this is my favorite song in the game.
Very nice.
It's not my favorite chart in the game, but it's my favorite song to listen to.
Oh, thank goodness, you actually left notes for this one on the upload. So, quote a little bit of Alex here on this one. This is the first theme I wrote for the game. It's massively inspired by a style of music called French House, which was pioneered by artists like Justice, Sebastian On, Daft Punk, Breakbot, and more. However, this is a Necrodancer game, so I asked myself what French House would sound like if you used ghostly harpsichords, dark choirs, organs, and creepy synths as leading elements. Something that our Eldritch monsters could easily dance to. I dubbed this mix of genres Eldritch House, and hope to hear a lot more tracks like this. In a way, the song is also a love letter to the Bloody Beetroots, who's one of the producers I used as main inspiration throughout the entire project.
I got screwed over by lag there. That's unfortunate.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of like lost half my health bar as a result of lag. That's unfortunate. That was the end of the song though, so it's not that big of a deal. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it does happen.
Oh well.
We're gonna move on though.
One thing
Got to keep things going.
you might notice as well. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
3, 2, 1, fight!
But yeah, now it's time for more
One thing you
260 BPM.
I hope you like watching them jiggle at high speeds. One thing you might notice as Sam plays is every now and then there are locks over the arrows at the bottom. That's sort of the anti-spam measure. If you are just mashing keys a little too much, then it will just lock out all of your inputs, even when there is a monster over the beat. So don't mash. And it can be really hard when the game is more or less asking you to mash, but mash properly. Very easy to lock yourself out by just panicking when there's like 50 notes coming at you.
Yes, don't break your keyboard.
Please.
Also, I mentioned how that last song wasn't my favorite chart. This is my favorite chart.
Actually holding it up too, very nice. Oh, there we go.
Awesome!
Then notably using the teleporters to show off for one, flying creatures go over them because the teleport's on the ground. Then for two, they can just stack skeletons when they feel like it, just as a treat.
So the teleporters move characters around, or?
Yeah, so when any of the monsters walk on the teleports, there's a green portal. There'll be little green cracks elsewhere on the track, and if they step on the teleport, they like green teleport, they show up at the green cracks, which can be on a different lane, farther back or farther ahead. It's like, yeah, you can see the green cracks and the blue cracks appearing with the portals there in the middle.
I also see a donation of $10, meaning we are getting even closer and closer to that bonus encore showcase. We have, like I said, $10 from CPL 330-20, making up for missing the Stardew run. But I'm loving these beats. I am too, friend. I am too. $140 to go. Chat, I believe in you. Let's hear more awesome beats. Exclamation point, donate in the chat. Go to Tiltify, put your donation in, and you can pick from one of our incentives. You can pick from the Death Store language choice bit war. So many good options there. To just so many good things for your money, chat. More banging tunes, more incentives, more charity, more gaming. I mean, it's just a great time right here.
Exactly, and that's some great playing from Sam.
Also, for fun, I'm gonna throw on Shopkeeper mode for Baboosh.
Oh, explain shopkeeper mode.
Oh yes.
If you're familiar with Crypto the Necrodancer, there's a singing shopkeeper in that game. He makes a comeback in this game on every song if you want to turn him on.
Right on!
That makes me so happy.
Also, I mentioned earlier, mystery traps are going to show up a lot later.
Oh, it's time for that, isn't it?
This is the mystery trap song.
In the zone.
And with a lot of different enemies coming through the lines, it's... I think like in some of the easier difficulties when they use mystery traps, they tend to use like, you know, just a blue slime. So once you know it's a blue slime, like, that's it. That's all I'll ever be. Here it's like swapping between shield skeletons, blue slimes, back and forth over and over.
Now we're talking.
You can't just look at the front of the track where the enemies currently are. You have to look at the entire thing.
I'm on fire.
So funny enough, thinking of our donation incentive, which you should definitely donate to for more custom tracks, as well as Celeste tracks and Super Meat Boy tracks. One of the custom tracks Sam was actually aiming to do was a custom track somebody made that was a track from the original game, Crypt of the Necrodancer. And then guess what got added to the game like literally yesterday? They outright put in an update to the game that added 2 or 3 of the original Crypt of the Necrodancer tracks into the game, one of which being the custom track that Sam was gonna do.
That's awesome.
So that worked out really well. It'll work even better if you donate to hear it.
It does, and I'd like to remind everyone what we're donating for. We're raising funds for Go Rescue. Go Rescue is a dog shelter in Hampton, Virginia. They're helping to provide a haven for homeless dogs, giving them time, care, and love they need, not to find just any home, but the right home. So put your donations in. You get more games. You also get to help a lot of animals that really need it. So honestly, what could be cooler? Cool games? Helping animals? Win-win.
I couldn't agree more. As someone who has one dog still originally adopted to from as well back in Virginia. I don't know if it's the same shelter, but back in Virginia, taking good care of our loved puppers, having them find good homes. This is a worthy cause that I think anyone can champion.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Also, this is the last song planned for the regular showcase, so you're running out of time.
On a roll.
No, Chad, come on. I believe in you. I believe in you. $140. We can do it, chat. I believe in you entirely. Exclamation point donate in the chat. Go to Tiltify. Get your donations in. Maybe tell me what your favorite Rift to the Necrodancer song or Crypt to the Necrodancer song is. Or maybe tell me about your dog or your cat if you prefer cats. Tell me about your good boys and good girls or your favorite song. There's so many things. I want to know so much, chat. Tell me everything in a donation.
Fittingly, our last mainline track here is Versus Death on the right there, who is one of the bosses in the story mode.
Also, more Jules Conroy.
True.
But yeah, that is Reaper on the right side, who is a playable character from Crypt.
Right on.
It was originally a exclusive character to the Nintendo Switch port of Crypt. Fun fact.
It's funny to think a lot of people probably know Crypt more so from Cadence of Hyrule than they do from normal Crypt of the Necrodancer, but hey, if you're one of those people, here's your introduction. Go play Crypt, go play Rift. Both games are awesome, incredible, they're pretty cheap.
Or play Cadence of Hyrule.
Got
That game's
banging
also good.
soundtracks.
And also has good music.
Also play Cadence.
guitar solo time.
Here we go. So many skeletons.
Awesome. On a roll. Focus.
The lag made a little sketch there, but that is time.
GG.
'Cause that is the
Yeah, a little scary at the end there.
yeah. That song gets a little iffy, especially with lag kicking in occasionally. But yeah, that is
Very
Rift
well
of the
done.
Necrodancer. That was 15 of the 32 base game songs. There's a lot of songs we didn't play. There's yeah, also at this point there is now 11 songs that have been added post-launch. So there's now 43 songs in the game.
And even on top of that, as mentioned earlier, this game has Steam Workshop support with a lot of tracks already added. So naturally, people already add stuff like, Bad Apple, a lot of tracks from the original game. One of my favorites, as mentioned earlier, is there's a Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg track, as well as a really good chart of 1 Million by 9 Inch Nails.
There's even a chart of Preparing the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob. Big fan of that one.
I think I still have world record on that.
But yeah, that is all the Rift you're gonna get today. If you want to see more, go pick up the game and play it yourself. What are you doing? Go do it right now.
What are you doing?
But yeah, I don't normally stream this game, but I do play it a lot, and I do speedruns of games that are not this. So if you did want to see more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/IllegallySam. And I do want to thank you, Snapkick, for helping get through all of the talking for this, because I had to focus at times.
My pleasure.
You've got any closing words yourself?
Yeah, definitely play this game. It's really cool. Thanks to Sam. Definitely go follow Sam, IllegallySam, on Twitch. Does a lot of really fun speedruns. I stream as well, twitch.tv/Snapkick. I mostly do retro achievement stuff, but yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for having me.
And I think, unless somebody sniped the incentive at the very last moment, that's it for us here today. Thanks for having us.
that run was an absolute blast to watch, to listen to. So good. Thank you so much to our runner, Illegally Sam. Just a great time. But my time on the mic is done here. So I'm going to hand it off to the wonderful Marcy. Marcy, mic is yours.
Well, good evening, everybody. You are watching No Glitches Allowed 2025. As Doodleplex just said, my name is Marcy, and I shall be your host here for Overcooked 2 and for Death's Door. Now, Overcooked 2 is about to be a very high octane, high energy, loud game being ran by our four wonderful runners here. So I'm not going to have too many opportunities during this run to be plugging the upcoming incentive here we have for Death's Door, which is that weapon relay category upgrade. That will be closing at the start of the Death's Door run. So we only have about an hour or so left for that. We're currently at $35 out of $200 for it. Y'all have been really good about selecting that target when you make these donations to Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center, and make sure to keep doing that because I know it is very easy to miss that step on there. So make sure to get your donations in for that if you want to see that category upgrade happen for the run. Otherwise, we should be starting Overcooked 2 here in just a little bit. Y'all take care, relax. We know it's getting a little bit late. Had some technical difficulties earlier. But this is going to be really fun. And if y'all like food and horror themes for this too, because I got a chance to actually see what this is going to look like a little bit before I popped into this here VC. And I did not realize Overcooked 2 had a thing like this. This is a really silly game, y'all. Y'all are going to love it. So stick around. Be getting started with that here in just a little bit.